Hi Alex,
Hi, Sumit.
welcome. How are you
Thank you.
doing, man?
All good, thank you. This week was quite difficult, so a little bit exhausted, but still here I am. What about
Perfect.
you?
Thank you and welcome. And let me introduce you. So here's with us. Maybe I'll start with an analogy. Like if if I have to say, like there is a big room which is dark, and again within that big room is a big elephant, and everybody, the people in that room are touching that elephant, but they don't know it's actually an elephant. Somebody is touching the trunk, somebody is touching the legs, and everybody has their own perspective that what it is. So similarly is the Indian economy, the businesses, and f- we have so many different perspectives which define what the business is, how this works, what it could be. And here's with us a man who has been in India, seen a one perspective of that business, and here he is with us to experience, share with us what he felt and what it was like working in India. How was it, Alex? Maybe we would like to hear it from you. How was your experience working in India, building a business? And along the way, we'll get to know your other experiences as well from the cultural side, from the people's interaction. Maybe you would have traveled along. Yes, please. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. That's a good analogy, actually. I touched this elephant from few sides. Obviously, I still do not know much about Indian economy and how to do business in India, but fortunately, I have you. You are the best guide into Indian economy and its business. Uh, and I believe that's where I should start the story. I should start the story with Sumit, with the guy who was guiding me throughout everything. And it was the best choice because many people, I guess, they are trying to start business thinking they know everything about business, about how to do it. But India is a different planet. You really need to understand it before you come in there. So my story starts with Moscow, Russia, where we were doing business in cosmetics and food supplements. We were working with European companies as well, with Korean companies. And the shareholder decided that India is a huge opportunity. That's the place we should go. That's the place we should work in. That's the market we should conquer. And we had extremely good working business model, which was fruitful in Europe and in Russia, and we decided to try it in India as well. Uh, Obviously, where you need to start? You need to start with market research, with uh, competition research, and so on. We did nothing. We just decided to enter the market just like that. So
Was
that's
it the best decision, or is it the
no, it
wise,
wasn't.
or
No, it wasn't. But I tell you what, we were young. We had a lot of courage. We had a couple of $1 million to spend on this experiment, and it wasn't the right decision. Still, I believe if we have decided to make a research or any kind of investigation before, uh, I don't know what would happen. That could be a better experience or worse. I don't know. Um, Good way to start, like as we say in Russia, preparation is much more important than the doing itself. But we did no preparation at all. We thought that we know everything and we just started. Unfortunately, I had you in India. I had you to introduce me the environment, to explain me how everything works, and so on. After many years, now I know that there is no much difference between doing business in India or in Russia or in Europe, but there are a lot of nuances which make the entire picture different. Uh, that's what I have to learn myself throughout these years. First of all, obviously, cultural differences. Uh, as okay, many people ask me what do you think about India? I always reply that it's a different planet. Everything is the same, but a little bit different, and it makes huge difference after all. Uh, I don't know even where to start. Food. I
Maybe from we can start from when you actually decided to buy the ticket. You boarded that plane.
Yes, 2019, as far as I remember, that's in November, yes. That day, the company was already established, so I got my tickets to Mumbai, and I settled in a hotel in Navi Mumbai. So in Navi Mumbai, we decided to rent an office. So that's why I decided to stay there. It took me 2 or 3 weeks, I guess, to find an apartment, and it was quite difficult because these real estate agencies they were trying to get me any way possible. They were doing their best. They were trying to show me like 10 to 20 apartments daily. Finally, I got it in CBD Belapur, which is quite a lovely place. And I guess now it's being developed because of this new airport in Navi Mumbai, and it should be a lot crowded these days. It took us, as far as I remember, 2 months to sign the agreements, rent agreements for office in what was this place? Tane, not Tane, uh,
Mahape.
Mahape. Yeah, right. And the funniest part was that going to India, I wasn't very good in English speaking. And I couldn't understand Indians with all this accent. They couldn't understand me. And it was like difficult 3 4 months trying to get used to Indian accent, trying to get used to weather, to traffic, to sounds, food, and so on. But I can tell you what, people are very nice, extremely nice. I mean, from the very beginning, I felt myself quite comfortable doing business with people, buying things, selling them things, like living on a daily basis. So people are very nice. Especially when they come to know that I'm from Russia. People always say that Russia is our friend, and uh, I set very good relations. I still have a lot of friends, so all the people I met, we still chat sometimes and so on, and we still keep working with you, my brother. Uh, so after all, I tell you what, India was one of the best experiences in my life.
And
But
in terms of business, like what was your, because the nuances are not just limited to the culture or the people, but you were here for the business, and how you felt like starting up the company from the zero, from the scratch, and maybe recruiting the first person. That was a funny story. Maybe if you can touch upon that. So you interviewed one guy, and he was like completely all over the place, and then we investigated, and he was uh, like with all the shady grades, and you
yeah.
remember that?
Oh, yes. I remember he was trying to fraud us. Yeah, that was actually quite funny story. Well, I faced few frauds throughout my journey in India. Uh, this is this was one of them, but I tell you what, people are open to start right away as they see an opportunity. They want to start business right away. They are ready to come tomorrow morning and start working. So it was that's why we actually set our business quite easily, and within 3 months, I guess, within 3 months, everything was set, and we already started. We already had our stock, and we started all the calls very fast. Uh, Even in 2020, right? COVID started. Everything,
Yes, that is exactly.
everything was closed, and there were too many restrictions. Still, people were coming. People were ready to work, and we got this license, not a license. What was it?
It was sort of a special permission,
Special
essential
permission.
services.
Yes, 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 right. And even people were scared because of this COVID and so on, but still they were excited to go to office and work. So that's about Indians. They are excited to like to do it right away.
Maybe we are too many and we have so much of competition. So wherever there is opportunity, that is exactly we want to prove ourselves. Maybe that's coming from that side.
Yeah, most probably. Most probably. Um, I was lucky getting all these people on board. I tell you what. So the managers, sales manager, and warehouse manager, and our HR manager and ID manager, they were doing a great job. I mean, mm, I didn't have to dive deep into the matter.
Yeah.
They actually were understanding me quite good, and they were doing the things I asked, and I did not have to spend a lot of time working on operations. I was focusing on strategy, on sales, and these guys, they were doing a great job. And now I believe their careers are skyrocketing. Well, at least I was talking to Namdev. He's doing
Yeah.
very good right now.
Yes, even I'm in like touch with few of the guys and they keep updating me what they are doing, and it's good that they have moved on and they are excelling in their whatever business, work, profile, whatever they are doing. They are doing good.
Yeah, that's what it is. So big difference right now. I recall one big difference that pissed me off. Uh,
Yeah.
so people in India, they're ready to go right away, but when everything is agreed, days and days will pass, nothing is happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, nothing is happening, and you have to call again. You have to wait. You have to call. You have to say like, guys, we just shook our hands. Everything is decided. Why nothing is happening, and so on and so on. That's the thing which pissed me off because in Europe, in Russia, once you shake hands, everything goes straightforward right away. But in India, people maybe will try to agree on other terms and other conditions.
So the
Oh,
agreement maybe it's on the face value, and once that is done, they always want something to be added to it to sweeten the deal. Maybe that's one perspective, but I strongly feel that this is one area that as Indians we have to look into, because agreement is agreement. Either you are not into it, and even if you are still discussing it, whatever you want you put forward, but once you have agreed to it, execute it. That's where I also face a lot of difficulty working with other suppliers, vendors, other service providers. So it, but I'm within the system. I know how they will react. So I know
mhm.
how to manage things. And you coming from outside and facing this. I can understand it would be a challenging thing. How you adjusted to the, I would say, the business working style of, or maybe the working style of other businesses that we were interacting with in terms of our suppliers, sourcing partners, and other stuff. How you dealt with that?
Uh, I don't know how to explain it. uh, it's just I was getting used to the environment, you know. Um Finally, I felt like fish in the sea, and I was quite comfortable. I don't know how to explain it and why actually it happened. Um, but yeah, I was absolutely comfortable interacting with other businesses, with suppliers, with vendors, uh, because people are open. Maybe that's why. Because it's quite easy to read them. At the same
Yeah,
time, there are a lot of things they do not show, but still, that's a
I
difficult.
like this.
That's a difficult question, Sumit.
No, actually, I like this perspective of yours when you say that it is easier to read people. So I know what you are talking about, because it is all about the interpersonal skills, because every business boils down to the equation of two guys interacting for that deal, for that work, for agreement. I understand that. Okay, and
Let me
how
give you
it was
let,
it?
let me give you an
Yeah,
example. So we decided to buy maybe 20, maybe 40 laptops for the to start our call center, and I asked the IT manager to find like very very common laptops. And he told me that in the market there is a vendor and we should go. I was asking him, why should I go? Just get the quote, get the quantity, and the terms. That's it. I need an agreement. Uh, he come up with some figures, and he was asking, Alex, we need to go. You need to see this guy in person. He needs to see you. You need to shake hands and so on. So we went to the market, to the vendor, and it took us maybe 15 minutes, just a little bit of chit chat. And quote came down like 10%, maybe 15%. And after another 6 months at least, it went another 20% down. So we had a good relations with the vendor. We had to have this meeting
so
to to,
maybe
to start
your
to
charm.
to start out, maybe to start this interaction. Same was with HR agencies. Same idea. Pity that I had no opportunity to go to Jaipur to meet our supplier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
because
went. I After the the COVID, when I had the opportunity, I went to his place. I saw it, and he's a very hospitable person, very nice. In fact, I met his family as well, so that's pretty good. And how was your experience dealing with business along with the COVID? How easy the first wave, second wave, third wave? Because I remember, and because of the travel restrictions, even I was not able to travel to Mumbai during that time. Initially, before just COVID kicked in, and I was there in January, but in February the COVID was there, and then we have the first lockdown, the second lockdown, and third lockdown, and then it was affecting the flights and other stuff. So, how was it for you for managing the business when all such restrictions were there, with delivery partners, the pin codes were not serviceable? How was it easy, or it was very difficult, or would you be like share some perspective on that?
it was a challenge, obviously. So in March, where the first lockdown started, 15 March, as far as I remember, because I came back from Moscow to Mumbai. I had a flight to Mumbai. and I caught a cab to go to Navi Mumbai, and the city was empty. First time in my life I saw Mumbai overcrowded, very noisy city was absolutely empty because lockdown just started. And we decided to not to shut down the business, but to shut down the facility for at least 1 month, and to manage everything remotely, sitting at our places, at our homes. Fortunately, we had this opportunity to do everything online. Well, actually, throughout COVID, many people, many businesses learned that everything can be done remotely. Obviously, the efficiency of this kind of work is not that high compared to where you sit together in one facility, but still, we had no other option. Uh, we decided that we have to go through it and we need to adopt. That's exactly what we have done. So we convinced our workers that yes, obviously there are restrictions. Yes, COVID is there, but guys, we have to do the business. It's not only because of money, but because of this excitement. We were introducing new products, and our staff was quite excited doing these things. We faced problems with non-serviceable PIN codes, with deliveries, obviously. People like end users, our buyers, they were not doing buyouts because they actually was scared to open the door to the courier person. A lot of things like that happened. Delivery time came from 3 to 5 days, came to 10, 14, 20 days. Yes, it was a huge challenge, a lot of costs, obviously. But the biggest challenge was that after COVID starts, a lot of businesses finally understood they should be present online. They should sell their goods and their services online. These little shops who are just doing everything in person, they had their apps within a couple of months, and it was huge traffic online. That's how the cost of the lead went up dramatically, and it was the biggest challenge actually.
And maybe if you can share a few words, like business is all not is absolutely not about starting up or being that motivated always and scaling that J curve or the exponential curve of growth. Because in the end, I remember because of the COVID, especially, and all these restrictions, the business was going into the losses because of the lost leads, because of packeted the packages being turned back to the company. So, what actually transcribed how things went down, and maybe from an entrepreneur's perspective, from the people who would be watching this, could you share some lessons that what should be done in a critical situation and where we went wrong? Though
Uh,
I know it's very, uh, I would say, a difficult topic to touch upon and not a very convenient thing to discuss. But maybe we should also share our loss in terms of our losses or and where we have seen the wall. So people should not do that mistake whenever they are doing or building up the business.
you're absolutely right. It's a painful lesson, and business is not about being motivated on a daily basis. Obviously, it's about the right strategy, focus, and in our situation, well, I have like a small problem. Still, I couldn't resolve it. I imagine everything goes right. I imagine that we are on a good track, and I miss some indicators which show that something is wrong because I'm excited grow in this business and expand in this business. That's exactly what happened in Navi Mumbai a couple of years ago. So I actually saw that the price of lead goes high a lot, that the buyout rate is not good, and I saw we still facing a lot of troubles, and I thought that I need to expand this model to uh, finally get rid of these losses and finally get profits. It was my mistake. Uh,
But company was also like adding up to the losses because we were paying rent on a monthly basis, which was very high, and along with that, we were losing our sales to, and the inventory was there in the market, but in the transit, because as you mentioned, it was taking 10 to 15 days to reaching the customer, and if they turned it back or they didn't accept it, it was again taking even much longer than that. So for 30 days to 35 days, our inventory was out in the market as form of sale, but actually we that was a loss that we were holding on. So things I believe were very difficult in terms of, first the COVID, second the big office, the rentals, and then all these leads, buyouts, and dropouts and everything. But still, you managed, and I believe like till 2021 we were in the business in that sense.
Well, actually, there was another one problem with our strategy. I mean, we just picked the model which is working in Europe and in Russia. For, I will give you an example. Delivery time in Europe and in Russia is like 1, 2, maximum 3 days. Within 3 days, it's delivered already. Same with buyouts. The buyout rate is very high because most of these buyouts come with a prepayment, and that time in 2020 already everything was done online. I mean, all the payments with credit, debit cards, with payment systems, and so on. So no cash was required, and we just applied this model to India, not adopting it to India, thinking that it will work the same way there, thinking only about profits, about huge population and all the opportunities we have. But then the reality comes where you have good buyout rates in metro cities, but in tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 cities and towns, there is a problem because courier can't find this place. There's a lot of
Yes,
mistakes with addresses and so on. Secondly, people only have cash or they do not have cash. They are not at home. They are not picking up their phones and so on. And we were trying to adopt to these challenges. We were working with pin codes. We were working with metro cities, with courier companies. One courier company is good, say, at the north. Another one is good at the south. The third one at the west, and so on. We were managing it quite good, obviously. We were doing huge impact on buyouts and delivery time. Still, it wasn't enough.
if you look back, what could you would have done better? What could be the things that you would have managed better, that we could have somehow avoided this situation?
I would do a research. I would do a market research in terms of what people actually need, because we came up with our idea what people need, not asking them. And we started with wrong products, and only after a couple of months we came up with Flickr still with this gel, if you remember, and
Yes.
it went quite good. That's where we should actually start with Flickr still that time. Uh, I would say that we should have focused on 7 metro cities in the beginning just to make things go right. Then we could expand to other states and cities as well. What else? Obviously, we we do not require that much of space and that big office, that big fancy office in Manhattan. We could have started with a small place somewhere around. Yeah, that's about it. But talking about the team, about the way we started, about the way we introduced our product to the markets, we did everything absolutely right.
That's a very candid, I would say, a submission sort of a, because you were threaded each and every aspect of what went wrong and how could we have avoided that. And what's keeping you motivated now? Like, how are the things? What is there in the business that you are looking forward to and building the next business? What's going on?
You know me, I'm burdened with a lot of ideas, and finally, a couple of years ago, we rent an office with my friends who I know for 25 years now. And I'm the guy who is creative, who is burdened with all these ideas. Another guy there, he is the guy who goes with all his criticism. That's not right. That's a bad idea. You haven't think about this, that, and so on. So he stops me from doing all these businesses. And the third guy is a voice of intelligent. He like structures everything. We are arguing with the first guy. So that keeps me motivated. This teamwork, this support of my friends, that keeps me motivated. And what we are looking right now is production of our own IT equipment here in Russia. So Russian equipment has a lot of support from the government, so that's where we are actually focusing right now. And there are few projects where it comes to imports of servers, of computer systems from all over the world.
Maybe after this, you would be bombarded with all the emails. People will find you where you are because they know your requirements now.
Yeah. Why not? I'm open for
Absolutely.
every
And
discussion.
okay, and maybe if you look back towards India, what sweet or sour memories that you have, that how India is for you, like now, because it's almost quite many years that you have gone back, and how you see or how you remember India. What is that one thing that ticks always?
Uh, I wouldn't say that there's a one thing. There are lots. Uh, I would say that it's about hospitality. It's about friends I have there in India, people who will be happy to host me one more time. And obviously, I'm happy to host these friends here in Moscow. Um, yeah, it's about relations. Obviously, it's about relations. That's the one thing which I can highlight. Um, because of COVID, I wasn't able to travel a lot, to see a lot. So still, I have in my list a lot of places in India I want to visit. And India obviously is about nature as well. But I haven't seen the north. I haven't seen the south yet. So that's in my list, and it's a pity I still haven't had an opportunity to go there to visit these places. However, you and my other friends, they invite me every time. "Oh, when are you coming to India? When are you coming to India?" So hopefully there will be an opportunity to discover all these places.
That's actually again a request from my side that We surely look forward to hosting you again. Okay. Thank you, Alex. Thanks for your time and sharing all this very critical perspective of what you have been through, what you have seen, what you have experienced. I'm sure this will help people who would watch, who would listen, who would learn from the mistakes that we did or not did, and we could have done something better. But that's what happened. It's happened. So it's past. We cannot change that, and we have to move on. So maybe next time, if something comes up, I am sure that we would be teaming up again and would be doing much bigger and better business again. And looking forward to that.
Yeah, same here, and hopefully we will have another opportunity. And finally, after all these hard lessons we already had, we know how to do it better, how to do it in the right way.
Thank you. Thank you, buddy. Have a great day ahead, and we'll connect soon.
Sure. Thank you, Sumit. Have a nice day. Bye.
Bye.